REV Ministries.
Hi, my name is Jim Cody. I'd like to introduce you to REV Ministry. It's quite a unique ministry that reaches out to people that probably won't come to your church. We're reaching out to them where they are. We have three prongs that we have in REV Ministry. One is the racetrack at a local track at Skyview Drags in Owego, New York. The second part of our ministry is car show ministry, in which we have parts in car shows and actually have our own car show and supply a church service at car shows, which are usually on Sunday, and a lot of the guys miss their church services in their own church. And then the third is we have a ministry to local churches, and we've been able to develop that quite well this year.
One of the major prongs that my dad spoke about earlier is the racing aspect of REV Ministries, and we have a fortunate situation where the racetrack is only about 30 miles from our house, and so we're able to attend there quite a bit, and looking forward to this year even broadening our involvement at the racetrack. One of the new exciting aspects in the racing prong that we have is the Junior Dragster program, and like I said, we're really excited about what God has in store for us. He's enabled us to purchase a car, and so this is going to open up a whole new avenue of us being able to build relationships with families, and that's really where the families are really at the racetrack, is in the Junior Dragster program. And so our children will end up being able to actually, at least 2 out of the 3 have mentioned their interest in being in the car, and so we're looking forward to them competing and also developing relationships with people their own age, and maybe encouraging them to share Christ whenever they can as well. So looking forward to it. There's actually 4 other programs that compete each week at Skyview Drags. There's a bike sled class, there's a street money and street trophy, which is basically a streetcar division, and then there's the pro division and then super pro. So I've been fortunate enough to be in the street money division, which is the base or beginning class at Skyview Drags, and was there last year, and I'm going to be staying in that class again this year to get a little bit more experience, and just looking forward to the year overall. It's kind of like Christmas this month here, getting everything ready, but just really excited about rekindling some of those relationships that we've started with people and growing those. And one of the neat things about REV Ministries is we have a broad perspective from our group, and so people that are in different aspects of their lives and their age and experience. And what we'd like to do is be more accountable for what we do and what we say we're going to do at the racetrack. I think owning our own vehicles and being able to compete with people at Skyview really shows people that believers can have fun just as well as they can, and we're meeting them right at what their hobbies are too and what they like. So I think it also lends to some credibility, that we're not just showing up to force anything on them, but we're believers and we're drag racers too.
Going to the drag race track is in many ways just like going to the mission field. One of the first things that happen when you go to the mission field is that they send you to language school and they want you to learn about the culture. Going to the racetrack is in many ways just like that. They have their own language and it is a unique culture. The language school, in fact, reminds you a little bit of Christmas in July, because they're using terminologies like a Christmas tree, cutting a good tree, or the oops, don't bulb, or that you're putting together a good package, that all sounds like a holiday. But then there's other things like breaking out or, oops, I'm up in smoke. So there is definitely a vocabulary that needs to be learned. And my husband and my son and the other team members have been around racing all their life, and they know this vocabulary. And as far as the culture goes, drag racing is the only sport I can think of where you cross the finish line first, but you can still lose. And so that takes a lot of getting used to. And so if you take people with you, you really have to coach them and train them about what's going on because they're totally lost. The culture, though, is surprisingly family friendly. At the racetrack, at the drag racetrack, there's going to be a lot of families involved, partly due to the junior dragster program and partly due to the fact that there's husband and wife teams, sons drag racing, and so everybody gets into the act. And no alcohol is allowed at the track, there's none sold, and there's none supposed to be brought in. So it is a family-oriented sport, good clean fun, no fighting, and we just really enjoy being there with our families and trying to meet some of the other families. My husband wanted me to talk about the church prong of REV Ministry. My husband is a licensed minister, and there's quite a few churches fairly close to where we live that are in need of a pastor. They really have no leader, they have no music program, they have no one to do hardly anything. And so we get a call and we'll go out and do a church service. So we feel that that's part of the way we can support the local church, and my husband has been called to do that from time to time. This year, for the first time, a couple of local churches have called on REV Ministry to be of use, of help for the DVBS program. And because this year's theme for Regular Baptist Press is Rev It Up, they seemed to think of us right away and called and see if we could help out with their DVBS program. In years to come, that might not happen because, granted, they know that we are a racing ministry. But we're very excited about the opportunity of being able to go out and help churches in that way.
I'm here to talk about the third prong of REV Ministries. It is our opportunity to present at car shows. We've had several years of working at the Hickory Parks Car Show in Owego. We've been able to do a church service on Sunday. We've had the opportunity to develop a couple of coloring books that have led us to be able to give those to children that come by our tent, and they have the word right in there, the Bible verses, the salvation message right in there with contact information for our REV Ministries. So it's a great opportunity for us to go out and to have kids, especially looking at our junior dragsters, and it's just another great opportunity for us to witness to people and build those friendships. We also work and do a car show for North Spencer Christian Academy, which is totally free goodwill offering, and be able to raise funds and to support that ministry as well.
Let us have grace whereby we may serve God acceptably with reverence and godly fear. Hebrews 12:28b.
Well, there you have it. You've got a little glimpse at what REV Ministry is all about. We're still developing relationships and still developing as an organization. The Lord is leading us into new areas that are very exciting for us, and we hope it's also exciting for you. We would enjoy the opportunity in being able to come alongside you in your ministry and be able to help you and complement what you're already doing in reaching people that maybe you might not be able to. And so we would be supplying that service, and our contact information will be supplied at the end of this segment. Thank you.